So with this assignment, we want to do three things. The first one is we're going to insert a new table using data from Excel. Then the next thing we're going to do is link a table to Excel. And then the third thing we're going to do is append a table with information from another Excel file. So go into your Google Drive, into Classroom and Computers 30, and find the file that is called Import from Excel. So to have your name in front of it, and then Import from Excel.
I've got two of them here.
Yes. So Delbert, that's the one that you just opened. Okay. I already did this with this one, so I'm just gonna delete. We're gonna import this time. So does everybody have theirs open? Okay, so on the external data tab again, this time on the left, import and link. Click on Excel. Click Browse and go through your Google Drive until you find the file you're looking for. So it's going to be named your name dash fruit dash access. So once you found it, we're gonna so the first one will leave everything and the options as they will be by default, and that is to import the source data into a new table in the current database. So we'll click OK. Tell it that your first row contains a column heading. Go next. There's nothing we need to change here. Let Access give it a primary key. So it's always good to have an ID associated with every record, regardless of whether that key is really relevant to that record's information. It's just going to be a unique number that won't be repeated. So go next.
Field 1, Field 2, and Field 3. Go back to that one you were just at. That one there? No?
This one here? Or this one here?
This, on top of category, we have Field 1.
Okay, so go back one more. Let me just go back and I'll show you why that's happening to you. So if we go back, if I don't check the first row, then that's what I get. Field 1, Field 2, Field 3.
Yep.
So it's treating category name and color as a record, where we want it to treat those as the headings for those columns.
So we mark that. Huh?
Yeah, so make sure you mark this first row contains column headings.
All right. Next.
And then you can go next and through until you get to the table name. I'm just going to call this one fruit new or something. If this was normal, you wouldn't normally link and have a new table to the same data. We're just doing it as an exercise. So you'd probably only name it just fruit or something. So go finish and close. So open that up, and here we see our table with all of our fruit in it. So the next thing we're going to do is similar, except for it's going to be linked to that spreadsheet. So again, under the External Data tab, in the Import and Link section, Excel, this time select it at the bottom, Link to Data Source by creating a linked table, Make sure you have the right spreadsheet selected. This one's the ImportToAccess. And we'll go OK. Again, select first row contains column headings. Continue on and give it a different name. I'll call this fruit linked. Okay. So we see now we have exactly the same information in these two tables. And take note that it doesn't give it a key when you link it. So if you need that, you'll have to add that in the Excel table, in your Excel spreadsheet. So when you go into this linked one, you can't change anything. So if you want anything to be changed there, you have to close Access and then open up the spreadsheet and make your changes here. Let's say we did want to have that key there. We could insert a row. And just add a number there. Save it. And open up Access again. And then open up our linked. Okay. So that broke it. Let's just delete that and go back. Try opening it again. Okay, so we can't add columns or it's going to break our link and we just have to redo it. But if we do make changes in the text and stuff, so I had, because from the last time we went through it, I had blue under strawberry. If I set that back to red and go back to our database and open it up again, you can see now it's been fixed. But if we go to the one where it was new, it still says it's blue. So once you've inserted as new, you have to fix it within Access. Okay, so the third thing we needed to do was to append a table with data from Excel. So we're going to append this fruit new table. So close that table by clicking up here on the right. And then again under external data, Excel. This time click append a copy of the records to the table. Click on the drop down and pick the table that needs to be appended. So fruit new. Click browse and find your spreadsheet that needs to be appended. This one is going to be named your name dash fruit dash append. I missed the last D on it, so.
I thought you put it as fruit new.
I made the first table we did was fruit new.
Okay. Yeah, no, don't worry about that.
Okay. So the first on the word it says append a copy of the records here. So whatever you named it, the first one you added, then you drop it down and select it. And then we'll click OK. Okay. Go through it next. Pardon?
You have to close it first?
Yeah. And then if we open it up again, we can see, oh, remember we talked about this a little bit yesterday, is in Excel, I had used the same spreadsheet, So there's a bunch of lines that just have empty data, but they're still in the range of used cells. So it inserted a whole bunch of empty lines for us. But if you get that, you can just highlight them and delete them. So now we can see these last two lines here were appended from that second file. So fruit and vegetable, star fruit and a beet.